Okay, so today I am discussing some of your DAS commands. So DAS is stands for as a desktop operating system. In this desktop operating system, in our olden days, it is a most familiar of your application. So, but today how to using of your any checking of your networking connectivities or maybe checking of your memory components, they how to using of your DAS, and also if you can check by the any one of your formatting of the disk can using of your DAS. So DAS is a one of your application nowadays. So DAS if you can taking of your any one of the operation by can working of your commands. These commands are classified into the two types, one of your internal commands and one more of your external commands. So these commands are working with the as a different purpose. So internal commands are using of your user environment and external commands can working of your system oriented. And by default, if you can check by your networking and if you can check by your memories and if you can class divide by your memory partitions and if you can erase by your partitions, that can using of your external commands. And once if you can get the user formats, you can create the folders, if you can create the files, if you can duplicate the files, if you can change the files and if you can erase the files, whatever we can using of your internal commands. So if you can see one by one. So according to this one, how to opening of your prompt, how to opening of your prompt. So just simply if you can pressing of your Windows icon, this Windows icon just are typing of your CMD and press enter, then automatically if you can opening of your this prompt area. So ఈ prompt area అక్కడ మనకి open అయిపోతుంది. So once if you can opening of your prompt, if you can visible on the this environment. So ఈ environment అనేది అక్కడ మనకి visual అవుతుంది అన్నమాట. So c:/users and g. So c is the partitioning name and user and gn is a different of your directories. So where how start about is any one of your practice purpose, they can change of your partitioning from according to this c to d. So just have change the partition if you can using of your c, maybe partition of name d as well as column. Just pressing of your enter if you can change by your partitioning name. So first of all you have to creating the one directory. So the directory if you can create by the command of your md. So md stands for as a making directory. So if you can create of your md and space if you can specify by the any one of your name how to creating the one directory. So I can creating of your demo name. So demo is the directory name. They have to creating the one directory. Just have to pressing of your enter. They can creating the one directory. And if you can check by your directory list, they are using of your dir command. So the dir command if you can show off the list of your directories. So how to creating of your demo file. So here is the can creating of your demo directory. So this demo directory if you can working of your files or if you can working of a commands. So generally directory means the collection of the files. So according to the files you are now creating, the directory will be inserting on your prompt. So prompt like మనకి insert అవ్వాలి. So prompt like insert అవ్వాలనుకుంటే you can take the one more of command is cd space what out using of for name. So that pressing of enter. So it is of a demo. So the demo how to inserting the one directory. So how can creating the files. So copy space con. So it is the first command they have to creating the one application or maybe one file. So ఒక ఫైల్ మనం క్రియేట్ చేయాలనుకున్నప్పుడు they can using of a copycon command. So copycon command మనకి ఏమవుతుందంటే just how to creating the one similar of your content, that content if you can saved by the one file name. So what how to assigning the file name, that file name should be before the how to creating the content. So content క్రియేట్ చేసుకోక ముందుకే మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే ఫైల్ నేమ్ అనేది ఇక్కడ మనము డిసైడ్ చేసుకోవాలి. So if you can give the any one of your file name. So how to creating of a one letter, that is of like providing of a, any one of a. So I can using of a name is letter. So just have to pressing of your enter and if you can typing of your information body. So information body the letter body లో మీరు typing ఆ typing sequence అంతా కూడా ఇక్కడ మనం create చేసుకోవచ్చు. So they can give the space bar if you can move the letters and if you can typing of your request letter and if you can typing of your date format. So if you can using of your date sequence and if you can typing of your to address. So how typing of your to address and and moreover how to write about the subject. So what how to preparing of your letter information, that how typing of your this, and what is the body of your content, the content will be typing. So once you have to finishing of your letter format, so letter format అయిపోగానే మనం ఏం చేసుకోవచ్చు అంటే just how to save the content. So content మొత్తాన్ని సేవ్ చేయాలి కాబట్టి if you can pressing of your control Z, and if you can save the file, control Z, how to lock the file. So that lock symbol can indicating of this one is, so at pressing of your enter, one file is copied, and if you can clear the screen, they can using of your cls command. And if you can opening of your file, they can using of a type command. Type can pressing of your file name as a letter, so the letter content shown. So once you have to creating the any one of your file, that file will be taking of your reading purpose only, they are not allowing the any one of your modification. సో ఎలాంటి మోడిఫికేషన్స్ కూడా ఇక్కడ మనకి అలో చేయదన్నమాట, ఒకసారి మాత్రం మనకి ఫైల్ అనేది లాక్ అయిపోతుంది. సో వన్స్ యూ హావ్ టు క్లియరింగ్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ స్క్రీన్, దే హావ్ టు యూజింగ్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ సిఎల్ఎస్. And moreover duplicating of your file, they are using the copy command. So the copy command how to creating the duplicate file. So already how to create in one file, that is of a letter, and if you can create the one more of your file name, that is of your notice. So one file is copied, and if you can press of DR, they are creating the two files, so notice letter and as well as, so ఇక్కడ మనకి రెండు ఫైల్స్ క్రియేట్ అయ్యాయి, లెటర్ ఫైల్, ఇంకోటి మనకి నోటీస్ ఫైల్. And if you can change by any one of your name, so if you can observe of your type notice, so they can provide in the same content, and if you can type of your letter, it is also same. So it is just duplicate of your file format. So if you can change by the any one of your name, so notice as a replaced by the any one of your name, you can using of your RN command. So this RN command, if you can change an existing file name, so they have to using of your notice file name, and if you can prepared by the any one of your name, so dir, if you can no visible on the notice letter, if you can visible on the Narayana, so they have to opening of your Narayana file, they have to opening of their content. So it is, so if you can give the any one of your unknown of your file name, it is not find specification. So always type command to opening of your two or maybe more than a files. సో ఒకసారి ఒక ఫైల్ని కాకుండా మల్టిపుల్ ఫైల్స్ ఓపెన్ చేయాలనుకున్నా కూడా మనం టైప్ కమాండ్ని యూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. సో ఫస్ట్ నేమ్ ఈజ్ లెటర్ అండ్ సెకండ్ నేమ్ ఈజ్ నారాయణ. సో హాట్ ఓపెనింగ్ ఆఫ్ లెటర్ కాంటెంట్ అండ్ హాట్ ఓపెనింగ్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ నారాయణ కాంటెంట్. సో యూఆర్ షో ఆఫ్ టూ ఆఫ్ ది ఫైల్స్. సో రెండు ఫైల్స్ కూడా ఇక్కడ మనకి విజిబుల్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. అండ్ మోర్ ఓవర్ ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ deletion of the any one of the file, you can using of a del command. So del space, if you can give up the any one of your file name, so that file will be as erasable. So I have to only one file, so only one file మాత్రమే ఇక్కడ మనకి visible లో ఉంది, and there is no visible on your this file. So once you have to remove the any one of the file, that file will be removed of your permanently. So permanently have to erasing of that file. So permanently మనకి ఏమవుతుంది, ఫైల్ అనేది erasable అవుతుంది. And one more of your date command, so have shown of your today date, if you can change by your any one of your date format, if you can give the first month, and if you can give the next one is date, and if you can give of your year. So not told by the client, so how to restriction of some area, and if you can also visible on the time, so time is also can visible. And moreover how to creating the any one of subdirectory, can using of your MD space, they are creating the one more of your subdirectory, it is of your sample, cd space sample. So how many how to create is subfolders, you have to creating of a one to one. So you previously have to creating the demo, and if you can create the one more of sample, that sample, so how to visible on the files, so there is no of your files. So once if you can remove the any one of your directories and you are temporarily remove the path, they can using of your cd dot dot. So cd dot dot, you can remove the changes of your path directory. సో పాత్లో ఉన్న డైరెక్టరీ ఏదైతే దాన్ని చేంజ్ చేసుకోవాలనుకున్నప్పుడు మనం cd data తీసుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. సో దే కెన్ రిమూవ్ వన్, అండ్ దే కెన్ రిమూవ్ ఆల్సో వన్ మోర్. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు యూజింగ్ ద del command, you have to remove the file, and also you can remove of your directory. సో రిమూవ్ డైరెక్టరీ కూడా మనం చేయాలనుకున్నప్పుడు, రిమూవ్ డైరెక్టరీ కూడా మనం ఇండికేట్ చేంజ్ చేసుకోవాలనుకున్నప్పుడు, సో హియర్ ఈజ్ ఐ కెన్ క్రియేటింగ్ ద వన్ డైరెక్టరీ. సో డైరెక్టరీ క్రియేట్ చేసుకున్నాం, దట్ ఈస్ ఆఫ్ నేమ్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ ఏ శాంపుల్ డైరెక్టరీ. సో ఒక శాంపుల్ డైరెక్టరీ మనం క్రియేట్ చేసుకుని, ఇప్పుడు శాంపుల్ డైరెక్టరీ మనం ఎలాంటి ఫైల్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయలేదు కాబట్టి ఇప్పుడు ఆ శాంపుల్ డైరెక్టరీ మనం రిమూవ్ చేయాలనుకున్నప్పుడు ఆర్డీ కమాండ్. సో ఆర్డీ ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ యూజింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ శాంపుల్, సో జస్ట్ హౌ టు ఎరేజింగ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ వన్ ఇస్, అండ్ హౌ టు ఇన్సర్టింగ్ ద శాంపుల్. So there is no specified on the file. So file అనేది అక్కడ మనకి లేదు. So rd command or maybe can also using of a deltree command. So deltree command మనం అక్కడ preferable చేసుకోవచ్చు. And moreover, if you can change by your, if you can identify by your IP number, so IP config. So this IP config can show off your system IP number. So the IP address is can providing of 192.168.40.118, and it can also, if you can check by your ping. So ping command, if you can providing of your IP number as process the internet or maybe not. సో మనం ఏదైతే ఐపీ నెంబర్ వాడుతున్నామో ఈ యొక్క ఐపీ నెంబర్ అనేది మనకి ఇంటర్నెట్ అనేది పాస్ అవుతుందా లేదా, సో చెక్ చేయాలనుకున్నప్పుడు ఐ కెన్ యూజింగ్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ పింగ్ కమాండ్ అనమాట. సో రిసీవ్డ్ 4 and sent 4, so they can take off your receiving of the data. So it is connect of your internet. So ping command IP config, they have to checking by your internet networking configurations. And one more of your, if you can change by your prompt. So the prompt, if you can change by your name, so whatever, if you can creating of your any one of name, that name will visible on your prompt. So if you can working of your commands, so copy space con space, if you can creating of any one of the file, that file should be as created. And if you can log the files, Control Z, whatever you have to creating the file, and whatever you have to preparing of your, all the commands are working also. And if you can get the previous of prompt, so if you can using of your prompt and $P and $G. So $P and $G can indicating of your present path, and one more can change of your $D and as well as $G. If you can get the date, and if you can $T and as well as $G, it is also can getting of your original prompt. So these are the DAS commands. And if you can closing of your DAS, if you can using of your exit command, so that is of your DAS command. So if you can see of your all the commands, which can one by one. So the first command is md command, and second is cd command, and third is cd dot command, and the fourth one is dir command, and the fifth one is copy con command, and sixth one is type command, and the seventh one is date command, and eighth one is time command, and the ninth one is copy command, and the 10th one is rename command, and 11th one is del command, and 12th one is deltree command, and 13th one is rd command, and the 14th one is IP config command, and the fifth one is ping command, and ping ping, and 16th one is prompt, and 17th one is format, and 18th one is check disk, and the 19th command is, if you can also working of your VOL volume number, and 20th command is ver command, and 21st command is exit command. So these are all the list of commands can using of your. So according to your basic of your examination, if you can asking of your any of the 5 commands or maybe 10 commands, moreover short close up. Okay, thank you.